What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. That's right, Thursday night wrestling outlet. I am here. Smark is coming in right now. He's trying to get in here. I can see it.
Bitch, is this cake?
Only Johnny Knoxville. What is going on, my man?
Wasn't.
I've been on here for about 20 seconds, so I have talked nothing.
I heard. I was hearing the intro when I was coming in.
Yep. So how you been, man? What's going on?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing all right. Been kind of a slow week here, but you know, you gain animals, you lose animals, whatever. I don't know. It's been fine. Oh yeah, our sheep died. Another one of our pigs died. I'm like, I'm so sick of this. I told my wife, I'm done. I want them all gone. Anything with 4 legs that doesn't live in this house needs to leave.
Oh no.
Dogs can stay. I don't care. The chickens, I don't care. Their chickens are fine. I don't give a shit. The ducks, I don't give a shit. Fuck, man, we can't leave our house. They try to get out of the gate. We can't come in. They try to get out of the gate. I just want to pull out the fucking 40 cal and start popping off shots. Ain't like I couldn't out here. I'm not in city limits. I wouldn't, but I want to. No, it's time to start selling. No, time to start selling these bad boys. Nope. The pigs, if we can get some meat out of the pigs, let's do it. Freezer camp it is.
I like how this started off as like some sort of a whimsical idea of like running a farm or whatever, and then just every week since then it's been like some like Stephen King type shit where it's just another nightmare. So every week starts off with Box's dead animal corner.
If we need to get everything, we need to get rid of these things. We need to get everything fenced in, get ready to have animals, and then we can start having animals again.
I think maybe you should like start at the beginning, like maybe try Farmville or like Stardew Valley or something. Just try like a simulator first.
My wife's played those for years. It's not. I don't know. We had a weird thing. With the sheep, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Meanwhile, kids are sick everywhere. My son came home with a fever today. My daughter just came home with a fever. Don't announce life-changing person unless you want to sleep on the couch.
Oh, there is a story to that. Okay, so this is a plug for It's Totally Appropriate Team Sports Tuesdays, 8:30 YouTube. Go ahead and check out the most recent episode because, and I feel like I can announce this now because he's already got in trouble for announcing this ahead of time, I guess. Cheese was not going to be on next season because he's having a kid, another one. Man's Catholic. He just refuses to pull out. Anyways, he announced that over the air. His brother Matt, who's also on the show, told his wife, who decided to post it on Facebook when Cheese's wife was not ready for that information to become public yet. So Cheese done got himself in big trouble.
Oh yeah, that's not the good. That's
and it's on. Like you can see it happen on the show. You could also see me laugh hysterically about it as I put 2 and 2 together as to what it is that has transpired.
Wow. Yeah. You know what? That's a good tip. That's good. Very, very good tip. Luckily, I have nothing to announce. I'm still the same piece of shit I was last week.
Same.
There you go, folks. Nothing's changed here. Although, Smark, I did send you I sent you a little array of logos to take a look at.
I hear you. Is that in the messenger?
Yeah, later. You don't have to do that now. We'll talk about that after the show. But
gonna do that shit live.
Just letting you know.
Appreciate you.
We could if.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't really feel like we could let other people side, but let's not do that. But my God, man, we got all kinds of shit to get into tonight, Smark. We got Elimination Chamber coming up this weekend, so we can do some predictions. Fuck me if it wasn't fucking 19 degrees here last week and it was fucking 82 yesterday. Fuck Texas weather.
Not quite 82, but it was a lot like that last week too for me, because we were talking about before it had snowed, and now this week it was like 75, high 70s, no humidity, wind, nice and comfortable. Gotta love it.
Oh yeah, it was 82 yesterday. It was 78 today. It's gonna get cold again, but it's just like, God damn, make up your fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have that many long sleeve shirts, but I got a ton of short sleeves. So I don't want to waste the long sleeve shirts, is what I'm saying. I don't want to waste them on warm days.
Right.
So I don't. I try not to. But anyway, nothing. Okay, I guess we get into wrestling talk, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see how long that lasts. Oh no. What did he post? What's going on, Norab?
I'm assuming that's really more angled towards you and not me.
Why? Just because I don't like fucking Excalibur? Take your mask off, bitch.
Don't forget to let the Mexican housekeeper out to get some air.
Well, right.
And I say that more so because I'm partially Hispanic, and so I just kind of assume that I'm not owning my own people. We're not doing like an Uncle Ruckus situation.
Man, I don't own shit, dude. I couldn't afford a Haitian housekeeper, a Mexican house. I couldn't afford a white. I couldn't afford any race of housekeeper. Put it that way.
Well, okay, now I'm morbidly curious as to, like, is it a sliding scale for race of housekeeper? Like, what's the premier, like the premium? I gotta assume white person would be the premium, but maybe Asian, Japanese.
Pretty much, it's there is no difference. My wife got this white girl out in Princeton that was supposed to help her organize the house. All that bitch did was put shit in bins. That there's stuff I still haven't found from that day. Paid her like $200 up front, and she didn't do shit.
It's good hustle.
Literally the week before she came, I took all my cords. You know how you just accumulate cords, and especially back in the day, you had to have the audio cord, the video cord, the RCA. So I still got a lot of those. So I took those. I had them all separated, right?
You gotta keep them separated.
Exactly. Yes, all of them completely separated, nice, neat, in little Ziploc bags, put in a bin. I come in, this girl was there, wires thrown everywhere, and I'm like, what the fuck? It took me like 4 hours to separate these. I still haven't done it. I started throwing shit away. That's what I started doing.
That is kind of a funny scam if you think about it, because you hire like a cleaning person, but then you don't want like them to see how you actually live, so you clean up a little bit beforehand. You pre-clean.
Nah, I need someone to help me pre-clean this fucking house. But anyway, let's not get into that. The wife might hear me. Okay.
Oh boy, what I'd love for a 2 for 2. Just like fucking sweep throughout the week of just people getting their wives pissed off at them.
Fucking every day, my man. Every day.
I hear you. I mean, I don't. But
I have 2 goals in a day. 1, to make her laugh. 2, to piss her off. There's no telling when I'm going to do which, and there's no telling if the laughing is going to help the pissing off or the pissing off is going to help the laughing. There's no telling when. But one of the definitely one of those things get done in a day, and it's usually she gets pissed at me for something.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know. I mean, our arguments are like Well, fine, I'll do it. All right, cool. Okay, we're done. And that's it. Like, that's it. We don't do the yell scream thing. I don't have the fucking energy. We've never done that. We don't yell back and forth for fucking hours, and it's like our arguments last like 5 minutes.
That's good.
Then she'll go in the room and text me I'm an asshole. But anyway.
Oh, to answer your question from beforehand, 0 minutes and 0 seconds. You said how long can we stay in the wrestling talk?
Yeah, exactly. I don't even
immediately derailed by us laughing about Cheese getting in trouble.
I mean, I figured we would just whatever. We don't have that much to get into this week, really. It's mostly just bullshit. But anyway, fine. We'll go ahead and get into it then, Smark, since you're so eager to get back on the rails.
That's right. Constant professional.
It's usually me being like, all right, time to go back.
What in God's name does the New Jack interview from 1994 have to do with the present topic conversation? It's like, well, don't worry about it.
Well, we always bring it back. It always fits somehow how we got to the topic from where we were. And let me disconnect this. Okay. Disconnect my VPN real quick. For some reason that seems to help. I guess I should stop watching those Canadian Netflix shows. But anyway. I'm sorry, they have some good cop shows over there. That's all I'm going to say.
Would they not be Mounties?
No. I mean, they are called the RCMP, so they are called the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, but, I mean, they're regular cops. Now they're dressed like SWAT and shit, so, uniforms.
Fair enough.
I think the Mounties are actually saved for the guys in the mountains in the red uniforms.
No? Okay.
I think those are like the small town cops. LimeWire. Dude, come on. I've graduated to Pirate Bay. And Wi-Fi for movies.
Well, LimeWire is fun because you don't know, what it is you're going to get, if you're actually going to get what it is that you clicked on, or a close approximation. It's a Russian roulette of downloads.
Yeah, I honestly have not downloaded porn in fucking decades. At least a decade. I'll go with that. I have a phone. I don't download shit. I have a phone.
So when I was 17,
I just bookmark the fucking page. That's all I do.
When I was like 16 or 17, I want to say 17, not really important. One of those. Either or. I had friends come over, spend the night. Parents were gone. They were going through my computer, and they thought that I was a maniac because my section was color coded. So like I had very specific, like I had it broken down into race. I had it broken down into like category. Like it was all very like it was like a fucking Dewey Decimal System of just depravity.
You had it broken down into race.
And I was endlessly made fun of for that.
Looked like my movie collection. Hey man, if you're gonna do it right. Organize that shit. I agree, man. You saw my movie collection, how fucking organized that shit is.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Over the weekend I was going into folders and reorganizing.
Nice.
I don't know what made me do it, but this weekend I watched a ton of stand-up comedy. Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, and Kevin Hart. I don't know why, but my God.
It's the month for it. You're rounding out Black History Month.
I watched hours. Matter of fact, I just finished up Kevin Hart's Irresponsible right before I came in here. I got to tell you though, out of all of them, Cat Williams' newest, not World War III, the one before that, Woke Folk. My God, that was the funniest shit I've ever heard. I was rolling. All the others, I chuckled a little. I was rolling when I heard that fucking thing. Cat Williams had me my stomach hurt by the end of that fucking special. His fucking delivery, man, just his crazy, high-pitched, it's hilarious. He's hilarious. And Dave Chappelle, I just like, because Dave Chappelle will sit there and tell you some really serious stories, really deep stories, and the next thing you know, he's got the crowd laughing. At the end of the story. So I watched a lot. Dave Chappelle has way more specials than I knew about, and he even has one called 849 that wasn't really a comedy special, but I will say it's worth a watch if you can dig up 849 by Dave Chappelle. It was like a week or two after the George Floyd incident, and it was a really, really powerful thing to watch by Dave Chappelle. It was really, really, really good. I liked it. But I mean, wasn't expecting anything that I heard in that show, but it's only 40 minutes. Enjoy it. But yeah, Cat Williams, man. I was fucking dying laughing at Cat Williams.
I can't do it the way that he does it, but my favorite joke, like Dave Chappelle does, like it's on YouTube. It was like right when he came back after disappearing. He's talking about it's like a serial rapist in Houston, but he only rapes dudes. And the line I will never forget. There is a man raping other men in Houston. That is the most gangster shit. And then he just keeps going, and I was just like, that is the best fucking line ever.
He's got it. He's great, man. But that special right there was probably his best one, and his one from I like the one from 2021. That was his last special of 2021 for Netflix, and then he took a couple years off. But
I have seen every one of the ones that he's done, including all of those, like all of the YouTube, the ones that are on YouTube, the ones that are on Netflix, so on and so forth. That's the only person I've ever like regretted not going to see live. Like I have no like regrets about not seeing a musician or whatever live, any of that. He came to town. He was going to be downtown, I don't know, 2017, 2018, I don't know, something like that. And I had the money to buy the tickets, but I was so very afraid that it was going to be ruined by like just people shouting Rick James bitch until he left the stage, that I just couldn't pull the trigger, because I would have fucking started fights in the crowd. I would have been that mad. So it's just like, it wasn't even worth the risk of like the show was going to go all right. Because it was for a while there. There'd be a couple of shows of his where he'd just walk off stage because people wanted him to do Chappelle show shit, and he just didn't want to play ball like that, obviously. So I was worried.
But maybe that's why he started mentioning a lot of those things in his act, so people would shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I just, for some reason, all weekend, I mean, literally all Sunday, that was all I did is watch stand-up comedy. I don't think I moved from the fucking couch. I went from the couch to the kitchen to my bong and back to the fucking couch. That's all I did Sunday. But yeah, and then Monday I got more of the I had to get another special by Cat Williams after I watched Woke Folks, and I got World War III, and not as funny as Woke Folk. Woke Folk was I'm serious, man. And Chris Rock, his new special, I think it was a 2023 special, fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. He lays into Will Smith in that one too.
Yes.
Yeah, great shit, man. I've watched a lot of funny fucking shit this weekend. A lot. Even this week, I've been watching it too. So I don't know. I just got on a kick of watching it, and I think I just turned on an old. I have two Dane Cook ones I've had forever. I know he stole jokes. Whatever. That man was filling fucking Madison Square Garden before that shit went down. So anyway, Now that we're 20 minutes in, we should probably at least get to one thing.
Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens.
We'll try. Well, folks, the staff at WWE is not very happy. They've lost some incentive programs since the TKO merger, and honestly, folks, according to WrestleNomics, morale is low. And you know what we say, Smark? The beatings will continue until morale improves, right?
That's right.
Goddamn right. So let's do this. Several WWE incentive programs have been dialed back for employees since its merger with UFC. This, according to a report. Always according to a report. Always. So WrestleNomics has a story with multiple employees at WWE speaking to the outlet, which I'm assuming is WrestleNomics, not us.
Okay.
I'm just assuming because I haven't spoken to anybody. Have you spoken to anybody?
Yeah, Wade Keller called me the other day, but if you wanted phone sex.
See, it was whoa. Well, now I gotta know. Okay, you know what? No, I don't. No, I don't.
I said that doesn't work for me, brother.
No. I don't need to know. So, WrestleNomics has a story with multiple employees at WWE speaking with the outlet about changes since the merger to form TKO was finalized in September 2023. Oh, I'm not done.
When you are done, I just saw a wild tweet that I wish to share with everybody, but we got to get through one thing first before I can do that.
It's not long. So the areas infected include, now this is what they're all very upset about, include the staff stock purchase program, which previously allowed the staff at WWE to purchase company stock at a 15% discount. Now, TKO decided to get rid of this once their stock hit $160 per share and increased 40% over the past 6 months. So as the stocks go up, they're taking that away from the employees. No, fuck y'all. You ain't making it. You're not going to make extra money. Oh, no. You say nay. So Brandon Thurston, also Reconomics, had previously shared an email distributed internally by the Human Resources Department, I guess it wasn't that internal, to staff members regarding the elimination program. It says, due to TKO's corporate structure, we are unable to launch a new employee stock purchase plan that offers the same type of individual tax benefits that were previously offered by the WWE plan. However, TKO shares continue to be granted to eligible employees as part of our long-term incentive plan. So I guess every now and then they do. I mean, the word granted makes me think that sometimes maybe they give away stock options.
You can apparently trade for Batista autographs, from what I understand.
Well, you never know. You trade for Batista, you might end up at Molina if you keep going the right way. WrestleNomics' latest report includes the removal of a WWE Superstar program, which was a peer initiative where staff could reward one another through a points-based system that could be transferred for cash bonuses, gift cards, or experiences. Okay, this is like when I go to the vape shop and they give me that little card. And after 5 times, if I spend more than $20 5 times, I get $20 off.
To me, this sounds like a fucking like Chuck E. Cheese or like Dave and Buster's type bullshit where you play like skee ball and then you eventually get like a stuffed Pikachu.
This sounds like something you would win at a bad Christmas party.
So
bad. No, go ahead.
Christmas party then.
Do what?
Just give them meme coins. There you go. Get some Doge coins. I mean, that fucking Hawk Tua currency. I'm sure that's worth something.
Haven't heard much about her lately.
Yeah, well, she's actually kind of my hero if you think about it, which is, I believe, also true North's future ex-wife, as he likes to say.
There you go.
Like, they offered her a bunch of Yeah, they were like, they're going to offer a bunch of money or whatever to do porn or whatever, do with OnlyFans. She decided no. She decided that she was going to rip off people for millions of dollars while still keeping her clothes on, which is some next level hustle. I appreciate it.
I listen. I hate to be the asshole here, and we didn't make it to the story. But if you're buying into all this bullshit stuff, maybe I'm not saying you deserved it, but I'm not gonna feel bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't buy Logan Paul's fucking coins. What happened to NFTs? What happened to those?
I mean, I think they're still technically a thing, but my goodness, like everyone saw that coming. Like I don't know how you couldn't saw that because they're just like nobody could explain what one actually was. Essentially, it's like you own it, but you don't own it, and anyone can still just. It's like it's fucking digital art, but people can still just save digital art anyway. You don't even have to buy it.
Yeah, just fucking at this point, I can just take a screenshot of the one you're trying to sell me, and I got it. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. She's not going to prison because she didn't really do anything illegal that I know of. I don't think she did anything illegal. And I don't see that's another thing. I don't think they have many laws for all this stuff. I don't think a lot of this stuff is traded under the FCC or the FEC. So I don't know if she broke any laws. Go after that shit. Come on. She lives somewhere near Smart. Go get her.
Yeah, I think she lives in Nashville, or she used to. I don't know if she still does.
Yeah, go get her. So that was that second. So anyway, that was the other program, the gift cards and shit. And TKO has also removed the ability for staff to secure tickets to live events because WWE is doing very well right now at live events, and the prices have gone up. So basically, they got rid of a lot of people, took away all their free stuff, and now they're like, all right, but also people are also complaining that not only have they done that, but they're also having to work more hours. And there you go. And they did release today or yesterday that they're making record bank. So they had a record fourth quarter. So,
But the positive is that they've put WWE 2K25 in the break room in catering. So that's still free. You don't get any of the DLC. You still have to pay for the island. But everything else, base game free.
Hey, listen, they still tell them to be fucking lucky they got catering and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I would be surprised they fucking ripped that away from them too. It's like, well, okay, yeah, but you actually have to pay for a meal plan now. Like, what happens? Like they do on the fucking cruise ships.
Have you seen what Braun Strowman eats? My God. Okay, we can't afford this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. I'm still healing. Sorry. My side is killing me. It's numb.
Well, I think in the case of Strowman, I don't think that like catering is responsible for providing him with like the HGH, but I mean, that's neither here nor there.
No, not at all. But yeah, so once again, morale is very low in WWE right now with all these incentives being taken away from the employees. And damn it, they're not happy.
Uh-oh.
Obviously, they're not. They're talking to people, fucking dirt sheets like WrestleNomics and shit like that. So obviously, people aren't happy if they're leaking this shit. But I don't know. I've always been very big on if you're not happy somewhere, don't leak shit. Get the fuck out. Call me crazy.
True.
Call me crazy. I don't like working somewhere. I usually don't work there very long. But what do you think, Smark? Poor people.
But there are only so many places to go.
That's true. That is true. But if you're in the office and you're getting all this stuff, it's not like You're in the wrestling business. You're in the business. There's plenty of companies in this fucking world. I promise you.
That's true.
I drive around and talk to people at them. I know how many there are. At least in my area, not everywhere. My area. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're, why would you want to stay somewhere you're not happy? I don't get it. Don't get it, Smark. But anyway, I got some Stephanie news, Mark.
Okay. Well, before you hit that, which I'm sure, I want to show you something. There's been a startling revelation that has been made, and I don't know if you knew about this, but go ahead and I hope you're sitting down here for a second, because I may or may not be about to rock your world. Check this shit out. About the screen share. You ready?
Yep.
Can you see this? I
can now.
Mark Briscoe, like, hold up. Pluto ain't a planet no more. Question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Follow up to this, Mark, what's your favorite planet? Mine's the sun. It's like the king of planets. Mark Briscoe replies, probably Saturn. And of course, somebody was nice enough to make this into a banner.
Of course. Didn't they remake it? Didn't they remake it a planet again?
I don't believe so.
No. According to Google AI, no, Pluto is not a planet, but rather a dwarf planet. Okay. Wait. Okay. Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. So wait, it's a dwarf. What's that second word I just said?
Dwarf planet.
Planet. But it's not a. Okay. Okay, that's like calling a little person not a person.
Mm-hmm. Which has been my stance for years.
Well, I'm making a point. You didn't have to out yourself. That's all I'm saying. You didn't have to go there, Smart. I was just trying to make a point.
Right.
AI overview. No, Pluto is not a planet, but rather a dwarf planet. Then it says the international. Okay, yes, it was reclassified in 2006. Okay, so it orbits the sun. It's got enough mass to be nearly round due to its gravity. Has cleared the area. Okay. It meets the first two criteria, but not the third. That's why it's not a planet. That's it. Because it, you know why? Because it hasn't cleared its orbit of debris. But they still call it a dwarf planet. So this is very semantical because planet is still in the name. So take that how you want, folks.
It says Luke is still pissed off about this, by the way, apparently the Pluto thing. And also, suggestion time, rename it Planet of America. I am actually genuinely surprised that this wasn't part of one of the things that Trump was running for us, that he was going to fucking just bring back Pluto. Why not?
Hey, listen, an executive order could still be fucking signed, okay? So calm down. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
He could whip that pen out and throw it at somebody before you fucking say dwarf planet.
There you go.
That's it, my man. It could. You never know. But okay, that's all. That's kind of confusing how you still use the word planet, but it's not a planet. Really should have thought of something else because that's just fucking confusing.
Mm-hmm. This is why I don't respect science.
It's like saying baby bear isn't a bear.
Or that baby back rubs aren't made from baby specks.
Wait. I want my baby back. Okay. Chili's baby back ribs.
But yes, he says, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I might just have to go to Chili's for lunch tomorrow. And I just got hungry.
Right. So Mark Briscoe said that he discovered this. He said, when I was a kid, it was Pluto being a planet. Now my daughter brings home a paper about making a solar system diorama for science, and Pluto is not listed among the other planets.
I get it. I mean,
what I wouldn't have given for just like ring camera footage of this incident taking place, or just him being absolutely perplexed by discovering that Pluto wasn't a planet based on like a coloring book page that his kid brought home from like pre-K.
Well, I mean, I was taught it was a planet as a kid. They didn't do this till 2006. He hasn't been in school. He doesn't know. That motherfucker's working. They work. Those guys fucking work.
I would love nothing more than like a shot-for-shot remake of like that fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson show, but just with Mark Briscoe. Cosmos, starring Mark Briscoe. That should be his new gimmick. Just make him a spaceman.
Well, there you go. There you go. Oh, let's see. Pluto will become a state before Puerto Rico.
Just decent chance. Decent chance.
Oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, shit.
I think that guy's
Luke is not a fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I think he makes some very good points, but I also think sometimes he is full of donkey shit. So, whatever.
I don't get a lot of... Well, I mean, okay, the thing about him, he's kind of controversial in a lot of ways, but yeah, not everything he says is wrong. But then again, not everything he says is right.
He's kind of like the Alex Jones of science. I don't know.
I can't find the fucking... There it is. I was honestly just killing time so I could play this drop because it seemed appropriate.
Well, he was riding his bike when there was a lightning strike, and now he reads real fast. He's good at science and math. Black Doctor.
That doesn't mean he's not full of shit. Just because you got...
Clan ain't nothing to mess with.
Yeah. There you go. More Dave Chappelle. Just what I need. More Dave Chappelle. I swear I watched every fucking special that he has. Anyway. I don't know, man.
So Luke says that I'm a fan of his, Neil deGrasse Tyson and everything but Pluto. He doesn't like his controversial Pluto takes.
I get it, man. Listen. When you're taught as a kid that something's a planet and then they just take it away. They didn't take away our incentive program. They didn't take away our fucking stock options. They took away a fucking planet.
Mm-hmm.
A planet.
Or it says Neil eats grass. That's probably true. He's a fucking goat. Do you remember? You watched a lot of TV. Right. This is one of my favorite things in the world. The fucking fear of the...
Oh, no, you can't just... That was great. You can't just walk past that. I'm fucking laughing.
Oh, sorry. I will always refer to Pluto as the 9th planet. There you go.
That's right. Resist, bitch. Resist.
Okay, let me see.
Right.
So it was one of those very special episodes. I'm looking it up to see which show it was. I can't remember which one it was. But there is, for sure, one of those 80s sitcoms, I want to say maybe Punky Brewster, where they did an episode based on one of the kids being at their school and them showing the Challenger exploding.
Okay. I think it probably was. And I watched it. And you know what the teachers did? They rolled that fucking TV out of class and they said, you can go home.
Which is bullshit. Which I don't want to hear anything about these fucking people of like the Generation X saying that the millennials or the Zoomers are a bunch of pussies and they had it a lot harder, because if you guys got to go home and the Challenger exploded, our asses had to stay the entire fucking school day for 9/11, and that was a bunch of bullshit. My birthday was the next day. They could have let me go home early.
I'm surprised they actually kept y'all in school for that day.
It was like at the very, honest to God, it was like probably about the very beginning too, because it was like it was like the first class of the day or whatever, and then like went outside for gym. It was gym. I went outside for gym, my class anyway, and then came back and like the next class, like there was everybody had all the TVs on, they were showing it, and it looked like a bad like action movie. It was like, why are we watching a movie? It's like, no, this is CNN. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was actually listening to Howard Stern. And I was.
Oh, no. I'm just the mental image of just like hey baby, show us your tits. Wait, hold on. No, put your tits back in your shirt. Hold on, wait a minute. We got some tragic news to share for you.
Actually, I'm not sure if he got an award, but he was heavily praised by a lot of news outlets as being very professional for the way he covered it. You gotta remember, he's almost a lifelong New Yorker. Not totally lifelong, but he's a New Yorker a very long time. So he's, I was listening to that on my way to work. I was heading into the office. We had an office in Pompano Beach, and we had a Costco right across the street. So we drove to Costco and got a TV real quick because we didn't have a TV in the office. So we grabbed a TV. That was back when you could put little bunny ears on a TV and still get news channels. And it didn't matter what channel you had on 9/11. You were watching that. It did not matter what channel you were on.
If you have a dark sense of humor, I found like a couple of YouTube videos of like live footage of like live broadcasts as it happens. And it's unintentionally hilarious. One of the channels was showing live with like Regis and Kelly. I think it was Kelly at the time. It might have been Kathy, but I think it was Regis and Kelly. They were the most ill-prepared motherfuckers on earth to deal with what it was that was happening at that moment. And it was like, it's unintentionally hilarious watching them try to scramble and be like legitimate news journalists. It's like, no, that shit has passed.
Oh, dude, you got to remember, there was actually the news was live when the first plane hit. If you remember, I forget who it was, but there was a woman doing a news report, and the cameraman, you heard him say, a plane just crashed into the tower.
Mm-hmm.
It was, dude, I'll never forget where I was that day. I'll never forget that day. I don't think a lot of us in the country will forget that day. And I hate to say this, but I hope it doesn't take something like that to bring us back to fucking be united again. I hope that's not what it's. I hope to God it's not, because this country was never more united than it was on 9/12 of that year, man. I'm telling you, it was amazing. I hope we can get back to fucking just fucking living with each other. I really do.
Well, the good news with that is that you're not going to have to worry about another event like that happening to bring us back together, because that's just never going to happen, in the sense of that not an incident like that is ever going to happen again. It's just that even if an incident like that happened again, that probably still wouldn't be good enough. Like, we had the fucking pandemic that was hitting every part of the world, and it still turned out to be an us versus them, Democrats v. Republican bullshit shit show. So don't worry about that. We'll never be united again. You needn't worry.
I know, and I'm still a piece of shit because I've never been vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a piece of shit for it, and I get called an anti-vaxxer. I am not anti-vax. I was anti-that vax.
I was vaccinated. The good thing about that is that the strength I got from the autism allowed me to hit several PRs and bench pressing. Like, it is fucking phenomenal. Norab says Stuttering John didn't care. He was on that episode. He cared more about if they were going to go bowling later that day. I
honestly don't remember that, but it was crazy. You know,
that was fucking wild. Trudeau says, you kids staying here on 9/11 until President Bush finishes reading the pet goat, no matter how long it takes him to fit. That was fucking crazy. I remember that. Like, that was a wild moment.
I'll tell you though, dude, I don't care if you like Bush or you hate Bush. You have got to respect the fact that he was in front of a group of children and remained calm not to freak out the children. No, that wasn't I don't care. He had a look of fucking shock on his face, but he didn't want to scare the kids.
Right.
I don't care if you like that guy or hate that guy. You have to respect that moment at least. You know? At least. I don't want to get too political. You know what happens when we get political, Smart?
No, I just leaks at New York PD saying they'll never forget 9/11. I should hope not. It's your fucking phone number.
Levity. I like it.
I'm going to have a rim shot. This is like the closest to
you might want to just get a rim shot.
Yeah, it's a bit of an oversight, but you know, it happens.
Might want to just get a rim shot. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let's talk a little bit. We might not get to all this shit tonight. I hate to tell you guys. I might just start closing articles in a few minutes. Stephanie McMahon, folks, haven't heard too much about her. We have a little bit. She was on the Raw when they debuted on Netflix. She was in the audience for the Rumble, and she was also a guest on the Pat McAfee show. But it appears that Stephanie is going to be starting a WWE podcast, an official WWE podcast. Now, yes, you're saying they've already got podcasts. They've had After the Bell with Corey Graves. That is probably not going to be on anymore because fuck Corey Graves. They don't like him anymore. Yeah.
To death.
I'm kidding. I actually like Corey Graves. The New Day, they had Feel the Power, but now Stephanie will be adding her name to that list. She's going to be launching a podcast series in the near future. We don't know the official date. We don't know the name. We don't know guests. We don't know what it's going to be. But on top of the podcast, she also has a show coming out on ESPN Plus, a series named Stephanie's Places. That's that.
Hold on a minute. If I could just.
Are you laughing at the name or the very proper way I said it? I'm not sure.
A little bit of both. Let's see how that's second.
Come on out, you rapist!
We're probably not going to hear that. But what she's going to do in this little series is provide viewers with a behind-the-scenes look into the lives of several WWE legends, stars like Steve Austin, Roman Reigns, Charlotte Flair.
Jimmy Snuka.
She's going to be traveling the country to different locations where she'll interview many WWE guests and discover the true stories behind their success. You can check out the trailer over there on X, on WWE's official account. There you go, Stephanie McMahon podcast. Smart. We got. If she's on Thursdays, we might have to kill her.
Or ourselves, if you ever suggest the idea of anyone having to listen to that. I feel like I owe Conrad an apology because now he's the second least voice I would like to hear.
No, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't believe how many people have not figured out that guy is nothing but a fucking scam artist. Y'all are being conned by a hell of a. His first name is Conrad. Conrad. It's a radical Conrad.
But yeah, I honest to God, without exaggeration or hubris, I don't think I could think of anything I would want to listen to less than a fucking Stephanie McMahon podcast.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to be. You never know. Might be great. Might be great.
Just sounds terrible.
I mean, she does have a inside knowledge of the wrestling business and inside knowledge of WWE. Her husband is obviously a big muckety muck in WWE. So obviously you're not going to get the, as Hogan would say, you're not going to get the whole enchilada.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's still going to be half kayfabe. I got a feeling this show is going to be kayfabe interviews by Stephanie McMahon.
Yep. Norab says Hugsy should be her first guest along with Conan and Disco. Okay.
Well, problem is no one knows who the fuck Hugsy is.
And I'd listen to that. Just 3 people intentionally trying to bring it down from like the inside. That'd be pretty dope.
It's cold there, Luke, is it?
No. Oh, no.
He's in UK, right?
Well, okay. Yeah, he is in UK. But, I mean, there are still plenty of different weather conditions that you could have, such as...
It's an avalanche! Snow filled the air, buries everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare. You better run away.
Like, it's getting late there. He probably needs to go to bed. I just want to go ahead and hit that.
You're right. You're right. Give him what he wants. That's what we do here, folks. We give y'all what you want. Yeah.
See you Tuesday, Luke.
That's right. You want it? You want the avalanche? Yeah. Smark will give it to you. He'll give it to you good. He'll give it to you.
Also, I just want to play this one, too.
Okay, let me make something clear. They are not the problem. You are.
You're Chinese.
Who the fuck is they?
That
is so vague. That is so vague.
I think it's about shaming people at the gym or some bullshit. I don't remember what the original video was for.
The fuck is they? They is so... Is it... Wait a minute. Now, is they them? Is that like they are after me? Is that who they are? I get that one. I get that they're after me. They are after me. I get that one. I don't know who... I mean... They
know what?
If they are after you, I don't know who the fuck they are. So
it's a remake of They Live, but just Alex Jones has a pair of sunglasses that allows him to see whether or not somebody's trans or not.
Listen, they're turning the frogs gay. I heard them. I seen them. Fucking each other. Goddamn it.
Frog orgy. Last thing the hell comes to Frog Town.
I've seen him.
That's what it's about.
He was sucking that little froggy dick, and I'm like, my God, they're 2 guys. The hell is this shit?
That's right, the alphabet too. To go back to Dave Chappelle, I believe.
Well, once again, and to make the point, I consider Alex Jones a comedian. You're a lot better off if you do. Just consider him a comedian. I swear to God, you will live a lot better. He won't anger you anymore. The guy's just a fucking comedian. Or just take it as comedy. Just take it as comedy. You can do that too.
I mean, a decent amount of the pundits probably are too. Because, like, look, you can't tell me that after he spent like time on his show reading the lyrics to Wet Ass Pussy, that Ben Shapiro isn't a comedian or at least performance artist. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing. He was like, this will pop him. Check this shit out.
He can sometimes sound like the smartest guy in the room, and then he makes a comment, and you're like, well, that was fucking stupid. You just lost a lot of credibility there, Mr. Shapiro.
My man, word for word, read Wet Ass Pussy lyrics on his show. It's the most amazing shit.
And he didn't even like try to have a beat or anything. He just read it like a dumb white, or actually just a plain Jew.
Macaroni in the pot. Wet Ass Pussy. This is what they want our kids to see. This is what they want our kids to see.
My God, he talks so fast. He's like a goddamn computer. He talks so fast. I tried listening to his podcast like twice, I think, and I'm like. I caught myself doing like 90. I'm like, my God, he makes me fucking speed.
I want Conrad to be there too.
So Ben,
I've heard some rumors in innuendo, but first we gotta talk about our friends at Blue Chew. Ben, have you ever had a problem getting your dick hard?
Funny you mentioned that there, Conrad. I have a story. Well, let me tell you something right now. Okay. Yeah, I can't, dude. That guy just makes me push the gas on the car. He's talking so fast. I feel like I'm doing something slow. I don't know. I don't know. But how the fuck did we go from Stephanie McMahon to fucking Ben Shapiro? How the fuck?
Now that is an interesting 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever the fuck it is.
Look, I like Kevin Bacon. I'll just go from there. Oh, fuck that. I like bacon. Okay. That's
true.
Let's be fucking honest here. I like fucking bacon. True North. Back to fan. Wait, the alphabet people? Wait, are they? Listen, if she would clarify who they are, we would know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I just know when someone comes to me and says they're after me, I don't know who it is, but someone's after them. They.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Could be Oompa Loompas. I'll kick the shit out of an Oompa Loompa that comes after me.
That is too
Smart. They're not real. Shut the fuck up. All right. Okay.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. You got all mad at me for saying they're not real people. Now who's the hypocrite?
They are fictional characters, is what I'm saying, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I seen that movie. Actually, it's actually one of my favorite movies of all time.
There we go.
The original Willy Wonka, honestly, is one of my I just love that movie.
It is a great movie. Yes, it is.
But I do skip that Cheer Up Charlie song. Fuck that song.
Yeah.
That the mom sings, Cheer Up Charlie, fast forward.
Well, yeah, as soon as he stops torturing the kids, I'm out.
That's way before the torture.
Well, just fast forward to the torture. Right about after the boat scene, you just like, that's all right, it's good. That's enough.
I actually used to know that whole thing, that whole speech that he did. There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is the hurricane a-blowing?
I like the idea that, like, after all those kids got, like, possibly murdered, that it ends with him giving Charlie his chocolate factory and, like, Uncle Joe doesn't go to the police. That there's a man who's out here, like, creating saw traps, essentially, for children and has a fucking... those Oompa Loompas aren't paid. Those are probably, like, fucking slaves. He's trafficking those Oompa Loompas. That man needs to go to jail.
Do you think that's why in the Johnny Depp one they showed all the kids walking out like they were fine, like, you know,
the fucking ICE agents kick in the door and the Oompa Loompas are getting deported back to Sweden with you guys.
I don't know. I like the Johnny Depp one too.
I have not seen it. I just stick with the Gene Wilder one.
And I haven't seen the new the 2023 I think or 2022 Wonka. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. Timothy Chalamet.
But the original one, that's the shit right there, dude. Like,
right.
Yeah, like if that's on TV, if I rarely watch TV, but I would definitely watch that shit.
Now that's an interesting question. True North wants to know what kind of T-shirt merch Stephanie will sell.
She's gonna sell T-shirts with her and Macho Man.
Ooh. I would actually really enjoy it if she just like put out a T-shirt that was just like a close up of her face.
Why?
Because it would be terrible, but it would be great.
I mean, we could put. Well, here we could. Like this one, like that picture.
She doesn't look enough like Lady Vince in that picture. Actually, yes, she does. She looks a lot like Lady. She's a fucking sky. I love how every expression of hers is just scarlet.
I actually think that's a horrible picture of her, but it's like
every one of them is. If she's smiling in the photo, it's a terrible photo of her.
She's trying to smile. You know the problem? She hates people, and you can look at her face and tell.
The problem is like if you've done enough, it's like how like in those video games, like the RPGs, like where if you do enough bad things, like your character actually just starts to take on like an embodiment of evil, like their face gets all fucked up. Like that's what it is. It's like she's just so evil that she just can't even conceal it anymore. Like just even when she's trying to look happy, she just looks like somebody who's about to like stab you at any moment.
Look up Hugsy's merch.
Okay, let's do it.
Hugsy merch. Let's see what Google comes up with.
I hope my man has a fanny pack.
Okay, I came up with nothing. I probably spelled it wrong. Hughzey. EZY. I missed an E.
This is so far kind of underwhelming. I just see a picture of him with his face on it. Just kind of what I want for the Stephanie merch to be.
Is this his merch, the Hungry Hussy?
Sure.
That's what I see. Man, I can't even find his fucking merch. Put it that way.
Let's see. I mean, I could share the screen, but let me get it off of fucking DuckDuckGo images searches first, because last time we did that didn't go well.
Then we'll get into the old Ryan Nemeth lawsuit, and I think I'm going to knock a few articles off here. At least a couple.
I guess that's it.
Oh, that's a weird. That's a crazy looking dude.
Mm-hmm. That man will definitely kill you.
Looks like that cracked out Johnny Knoxville.
So Johnny Knoxville?
Johnny Knoxville looks cracked out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not, but it's the white hair. It's the white hair on Knoxville now. It really makes me feel old. Makes me feel old. It does. Anyway.
Yeah, I was never really big into Jackass on this one. It was on when I was growing up, but I just never really watched it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm very sorry. All right, let's talk this Ryan Nemeth story, because this is fucking ridiculous. So, Ryan Nemeth has allegedly filed a lawsuit in the Superior Court of California against All Elite Wrestling. Now, here's the thing. Nobody can actually find any documents on this or anything. So, not quite sure he actually filed it. But anyway.
Alex wants to know what color code did 16-year-old Smark use for the Hungry Hussy. I'm assuming that's more than likely under the white section. If you tell me somebody's a Hungry Hussy, I'm assuming that they're probably a white girl, and it's probably going to be some interracial content.
Ooh. Anyway, yeah, definitely rest in peace, Gene Hackman, his wife. I'll do a Gene Hackman movie.
And their dog.
I know. I think their daughter might have a point. This does sound like some carbon monoxide poisoning or some shit happened in the house. We'll hear more in the next couple of days, but as of right now, I'll be talking a Gene Hackman movie.
Are you implying that Kevin Sullivan actually did it?
Again?
Gene Hackman's just dangling from the fucking Bowflex machine.
I mean, he was 91 years old. I think he was 91. Not exactly, but done some great movies. I'm not sure which one I will talk yet, but I will do one of the Gene Hackman movies. Might be The Firm. I was thinking about possibly doing The Birdcage, but Robin Williams would bring that down even more. So,
Hank Azaria is still alive. That's something to focus on.
Oh, he's in that movie. Not just Hank Azaria. Nathan Lane is in that movie. There's a lot of good actors in that movie. I like that movie. I think it's a great movie. It's funny as hell. Robin Williams is amazing in anything he does or did. So, but anyway, Oh, 95. Wow. I actually made him even younger.
Yeah, 94.
Man. Good life. Good life. But anyway, let's get to this ridiculous Ryan Nemeth lawsuit.
Sure.
Well, supposedly, he filed this in the court of California against All Elite Wrestling, AEW CEO Tony Khan, and CM Punk, alleging assault, professional retaliation, and blacklisting from the wrestling industry. Besides the assault, the other two are not actually illegal, which is another reason I'm not quite sure this was actually put into a court. I don't think this was. Just wait till I read it.
Wrestler's court.
Maybe. Exactly. It's a 9-page complaint dated February 14th and was obtained through the court's website by Post Wrestling. Court records show... Now, I don't know. I got a feeling he might have just given this to Post Wrestling. And I like Post Wrestling. That's John Pollock and Wei Ting over there. Good guys. I like their show. Court records show the lawsuit was submitted on February 21st, despite the earlier date indicated on the filing. Again, if you put a wrong date on the filing, you know what's going to happen? It's called a fucking technical glitch, and your fucking case will be thrown out. Understand me? There's something that not right about this article. So Nemeth claims his issues with Punk, who's obviously we know Phil Brooks, began in mid-2023 as Punk was about to return from his suspension following the, Jungle Boy Jack Perry incident in September of 2022. The lawsuit states that on April 16, 2023, Nemeth contacted AEW's executives expressing concerns that Punk might physically attack him upon his return. Though not mentioned in the lawsuit, Punk did return to AEW with the debut of Collision, June 17, 2023. That night, he cut a promo where he seemingly referenced the Young Bucks, whom he had a previous fight backstage with, resulting in his suspension, by calling them soft. Later on X, Nemeth posted, literally the softest man alive, which he later claimed was in character. According to Nemeth, an incident then occurred on June 21st, 2023. Now listen to this. When Punk confronted him in the AEW locker room, demanding they settle their differences like men, okay, Nemeth states he attempted to de-escalate the situation and later reported it to AEW executives, but alleges the company took no disciplinary action against Punk. Oh. Because all he did was ask you a fucking question, whether aggressive or not. That's all he fucking did. AEW didn't respond to a request for comment regarding this story. A request for the comment sent to a phone number believed to belong to Punk wasn't immediately responded to. The lawsuit argues that Khan and AEW were aware of Punk's history of physical altercation. We're all aware of him. He's had his ass kicked a lot, except for the one guy in the audience that he wasn't even supposed to fucking punch. We know what his history of altercations is.
That's how the case got thrown out. But somebody just played a highlight of fucking UFC. It's like, this man can't hurt anybody. Case dismissed.
Yeah, exactly. Just watch fucking Mike Jackson tickling him in fucking UFC, and this guy can't fucking hurt you. But AEW decided to make a conscious decision to keep him in the company. It notes the creation of AEW Collision. Obviously, we all know what happened there with AEW Collision. Punk was supposed to be kind of the guy. The lawsuit claims that in addition to being a wrestler, Punk was also a member of the AEW management. We knew that. It says he's one of the more popular wrestlers. Now, this is where he starts kind of getting into some stuff. So now we go to August. We were in June. Now we're at August. He traveled to Greensboro, where AEW Collision was there, being taped, waiting for transportation. He says he noticed Punk was on his phone. Shortly afterwards, he said he received a text from AEW official Pat Buck instructing him to meet upon his arrival at the venue. once at the arena. Nemeth claims Buck informed him he needed to leave and fly out of Greensboro the same day. Even offered to buy him a ticket out. Nemeth alleges that being removed from the venue in front of colleagues and fans called irreparable damage to his reputation. He believes Punk orchestrated his removal, and Khan supported it due to his admiration for Punk. Okay. Believing something is not having proof. Anyway, 2 days later, Nemeth said he contacted AEW's legal department to complain. Bitch. His attorney states that in the complaint that AEW lawyers were stunned and could offer no explanation for the actions of Punk and Khan. Nemeth alleges that after continued follow-ups, AEW General Counsel Chris Peck threatened him with legal action and accused him of being a ghostwriter in his emails, which Nemeth describes as a bizarre response. Okay, let me see. I got to see how much of this is left. Oh, there's too much left to keep reading. I'm not doing this. He goes through and he alleges all this stuff. Now, here's the problem in my eyes. The only thing that he even lists as illegal would be assault.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing he has for anything close to assault is CM Punk cornering him in a locker room and saying the phrase that I said, "Do we need to go handle this like men?" Never touched him, never pushed him, never sucker punched him like he was Jack Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Just said, "Do we need to handle this like men?" Now, I hate to say, but if someone walks up to you and says, "Do we need to handle this like men?" and you take that as an assault, not quite sure you're a man, first of all. Secondly, man the fuck up. I'm sorry. This just sounds horrible to me. There's nothing in this that sounds believable to me. The article, these so-called court documents look like they were written by a fucking kindergarten teacher, not a lawyer. And I'm not saying anything about kindergarten teachers, except most of them just have fun with the kids. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, I don't know, Smark. You're welcome to go read the rest of this, but what do you think about all this bullshit that he's alleging? Does he not sound like a big fucking pussy?
Well, I mean, look, if CM Punk comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, you want to handle this like man?" I just kind of look at him and just look something like,
Stick your ass in! Fuck me where I can! My ass is gay! My ass is gay!
I just don't
"Like, is that what you mean by handle it like man?"
No, I mean, that's a different kind of manly handling of things. I mean, as we were talking earlier about the, Dave Chappelle calling that shit gangsta. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what he was talking about. Maybe CM Punk was about to go gangsta on him. I don't know. I don't know.
He missed the perfect opportunity because, like, Punk walks up to him, like, "Hey, you want to handle this like man?" Be like, "You mean like a drinking contest?"
Oh, let's drink for it, Pilgrim.
Did you see like the summary of like the suit? Because like somebody leaked the document or whatever. It said there's a couple like bullet points. It was like on November 25th, 2024, Brooks left AEW to wrestle for the organization's main competitor, WWE. Khan was heartbroken by the departure of Brooks, his idol, and that he adored in every way. Khan was furious with Nemeth. Khan believes that Brooks left AEW because of Nemeth. The defendants have embarked upon a campaign to, quote, blackball Nemeth from professional wrestling. Specifically, Tony Khan blames Nemeth for Brooks leaving AEW and has used his significant resources to make sure that Nemeth can never again make a living in wrestling. I think Nemeth is responsible for Nemeth not being able to make a living. He wasn't that good.
Let me see if there's anything more poignant we have to pull up on this article or talk about.
Pull out, you say, huh?
Pull up. Sorry, I never pull out. That's why I have 3 kids. Now he claims he was.
The rumor is that the all-out fight took 9 minutes for Funk to beat up the Bucks.
Well. Now he claims he was benched and forced out of AEW at Punk's insistence. This is all CM Punk's fault. Also alleges that Tony Khan, you just said that, Tony Khan blames him. I'm sorry. I will say this one more fucking time. I don't care if I sound like an old man. I don't care if I sound like some fucking weird guy. CM Punk chose to deal with that situation with Jack Perry when he did the way he did. I hate to do this, but CM Punk fucked over CM Punk. I don't see how people don't see it that way. Everyone, oh, fuck Jack Perry for saying something. Oh, he said some words. Did Whittle Punk get upset with the words? Show me on the door where Jack Perry hurt you, Mr. Punk.
Right.
He chose to handle it by not only handling it right then, right there, but he also fucking hit the guy. That was Punk's choice. Remember I said this when we were doing this show? Life's about choices. Many choices. Punk made a choice. So if Tony Khan blames Ryan Nemeth, I'm all confused. But anyway, who am I? And I'm sorry. I know I sound like an old man blaming Punk. I have no problem with CM Punk, but I still say he chose to handle it the wrong fucking way. Sorry. Because his feelings were hurt. Fuck his feelings.
Yeah.
Fucking, as we said earlier, Ryan Nemeth sounded like a bitch. They both sound like little bitches when you think of it like that, in my opinion. Both of them need to fucking man up. But basically is the... sorry about that. But
I'm just like sitting here thinking about the idea of like how bad do you feel if you're the Young Bucks if that's true? If like 2 of you got your ass kicked by one guy who has recorded evidence of just being completely unable to fight.
It's just horrible. It's horrible. It's just
like there was a clip that came out like a year or 2 ago. It was like 4 or 5 people jumping the former NFL quarterback Cam Newton. And Cam Newton beat the shit out of like all 4 of them, but this guy is 6'5" and like 265. Like it's not the same as like 2 of you jumping CM Punk and then CM Punk just beats the ever loving shit out of you. Like that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but it's 2 guys who could almost be chicks and Kenny Omega. I mean, come on.
Well, Kenny Omega actually did the right thing. He just like grabbed the dog and got on out of here. It's like whatever happens. Fuck y'all. Just don't hurt the dog. It's like all right, cool. Man, and then the dog bit him.
It's the fucking Young Bucks. They probably tried to do a flip.
Just I don't know though, because allegedly that shit would work. Because allegedly, like Teddy Hart put the work in on CM Punk. So apparently, like doing a backflip in the middle of a fight, it actually gives you the advantage. I would. People say this as an exaggeration all the time. I literally would, and you have my word on this. Like if the devil is listening, I would give my left nut to see the fucking footage of the CM Punk Teddy Hart fight that happened in like TNA in like 2002 or 3 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that either. I wouldn't.
Teddy Hart in pajamas punching out CM Punk. Like I love CM Punk. Like he's one of my favorite wrestlers. But if you give me the opportunity to see Teddy Hart beat the shit out of him, I will gladly pay my left nut.
Not even just pajamas, bedazzled pajamas. That would be worse.
Fucking cutting a promo about how great he is while he's whooping his ass. He's like, I do this for the fans. You're a player-hating motherfucker. That's why I'm stomping the shit out of you right now. This is rather unfortunate. I hope we can be friends afterwards. If you want to hit the Denny's, maybe after this, once I let you up.
I heard you like Waffle House, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. After this, we'll go get a pecan waffle.
Listen, I know you don't like to drink, but can I interest you in some HGH?
By the way, I fucking love that pecan waffle. Fucking love that thing. That's my favorite thing to get at Waffle House. I'll just get like 3. Just give me 3 fucking waffles. Stack them up. Bring them to the fucking table.
Hell yeah.
And get the fuck away from me. Because I'm about to tear some shit up. Oh. Waffle House. Anyway. real quick one. We don't need to spend a ton of time on this. Just this is a quick one. Trish Stratus, folks, is going to be inducted into the International Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. It's a little more of a museum, is what it is, but we'll get into that in a minute. But she was on the Busted Open podcast, which it seems like everything lately is happening.
No.
Everything is happening on the Busted Open podcast because Bully Ray is being paid by WWE, and which is why all his opinions on anything should be taken with a grain of salt because he's getting a check from one of the fucking companies. Anywho,
Was she a great big fat person?
not Trish Stratus.
You said Bully Ray, but yeah, there's no he.
I mean, I would still go for the Stratus faction. She's looking good at 40. What is she? I think she's my age. I think she's 49.
Mm-hmm.
But she was on Busted Open, and I guess she was on there with Seth Turner, and he is the founder of the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, and told her that she would be inducted. Obviously, she was very thankful. Actually told him, make sure you thank the board for me, and she's very grateful for this. But I got to admit, I was a little curious about what is the International Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. So I dug into it a little bit. I'm sorry. I did a little bit of research, folks. I apologize. But anyway, Trish is going to be inducted on October 12th, 2025. It's going to be in Albany, New York. Now, this is an actual standing building. This is a real place that you can go, and they have they've got a few people inducted. In 2021, Bruno Sammartino, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and Andre the Giant. 2022, Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mildred Burke, who's got a movie about her life coming out, Queen of the Ring, and Karl Gotch. In 2023, it was Bret Hart, Masawa, and the Great Muta. And in 2024, it was El Santo, Dusty Rhodes, and Kurt Angle. So right now, all they have as of this year is Trish Stratus. But they also have a bunch of memorabilia in there. It's got Bruno Sammartino's, not the WWF World Heavyweight Championship belt. It's got some other stuff going on through it. And it is a registered nonprofit organization. So they're not exactly there to make money. They're there to break even and give whatever else they make to charity. So not a bad place. Not a bad place. So there you go. Visit. Pay some money, folks.
Where'd you say it was located?
The ceremony is in Albany, New York, but let's find out, where is it located? That's a great question. I wonder if it's in New York. Location. It is in Albany, New York. It's at 51 South Pearl Street, Albany, New York, folks.
That's pretty cool.
So there you go. If you're in New York, go check that out. Know that they give a lot of their profits to charity. That's a good thing right there. And you can go see some stuff, cool stuff about the wrestling world, which we all love, obviously. Well, not everyone. No. If you look at social media, not everyone loves wrestling. Seems like a lot of them love companies. They love corporate entities. They're loving. I never thought we would come to the place in our life where people were rooting for big corporations. Even in wrestling, I never thought we would see it. People have now become, if you say something good about AEW, you get trashed. You say something good about WWE, the AEW guys trash you. You say you can't do it. It's awful. And I'm sorry, but I never expected wrestling fans to become corporate fans, which is what I feel a lot of them have become now. They're not wrestling fans anymore. They either like the big WWE or or the other company, AEW, but they become fans of corporations, in my opinion. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but that's kind of how I feel looking at the social media posts that I see.
It's kind of a wild thing. It's been like that for a couple of years, though. But just the idea of like people basing their opinions on wrestling or like what wrestling they do like or don't like by pulling out a fucking Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, being like, all right, this made the most amount of money. This is making more money than that. So you should, like the idea of like the people that were defending the fucking like Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble. It's like, do you know how much money he brings in merch? It's like, who gives a rat's at? Like, if you like it, you like it. Cool, whatever. If you don't, then whether or not kids are buying his T-shirt shouldn't really be in the forefront, front of your mind.
Yeah, and another thing I find crazy is sometimes I'll even go and look at some of these people's pages and just see, and I'm like, these people are huge WWE fans, and they despise Trump, and I'm like, do y'all understand how many of the people in WWE voted for that man? They have pictures with him, but you still have to defend the company. Take a stand somewhere. Take a stand. If you want to be all over the place, fine. Don't complain. You can be all over the place. I'm just saying. It's tough. It's like wrestling has turned into politics. There is a left and a right, and I'm not sure which is which. The progressive company should be the left, which is Dynamite, which is most of the younger guys, but it's not that way. It's very confusing, is what I'm saying, Smark. Anyway, do you want to? Where are we?
True North wants to know if the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame has the scissors that Sid Fish was trying to cut Arn Anderson.
I think Arn has those, to be honest with you.
That was wild.
I think Arn might actually have those. Why do I think he said somewhere he does?
And Nora wants to know, are you going to watch Shrek 5? I didn't know that there was a fucking Shrek 4.
Yeah, I think I've only seen 2. I don't know if I even saw 3 and 4.
I knew there was a 3. I've only seen the first one. I'm not really trying to watch. I don't have children, so like there's really no point in me watching the Shrek franchise.
I'll probably end up watching it because I got kids, and yeah. And I like the Shrek movies. I'm not going to lie. I think they're very good. I like Mike Myers. I think he's awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
So now, do you want to talk? We can either do quick AEW
or the clan costume that Jim Neidhart wore. That might be in there.
I don't think that one's in there. Okay. I think they might have held that one off.
Fucking one of those giant like wax sculptures of the Harris twins with the fucking SS tattoos.
Not good either. Okay. I actually saw someone once a long time ago trying to defend their tattoos. Snipers in the Army or the Marines started using those when they weren't supposed to. Okay. So what did I do? Went to Google and looked up if either one of those guys were a Marine. Guess what? They weren't. Anyway. Okay.
Right.
It means scout sniper. That's what it means. No, it doesn't.
Like, okay, like the thing about like, okay, the Jim Neidhart thing was like a little bit more surprising, like, or even like the Dick Murdoch thing. It's like a little bit more surprising, although the man did call himself Captain Redneck, so like the fact that he's big into the clan isn't terribly surprising. But like, you had to have known that the Harris twins were fucking like, wow, in real time. It's like these are 2 giant bald men with SS tattoos. How did you not know that they were Nazis?
I mean, it's kind of. I don't know. I mean, you can get a tattoo removed. MJF did it. MJF was doing it on the show. Looked like he was getting a colonoscopy to me. But anyway.
Do you think that was real, or do you think that was bullshit?
I think it's bullshit.
I think it was bullshit too. Hey, but are we transitioning into that now? Because I can't wait to ask you if you've seen what I've seen. Because I think that was the first segment of the show, right? Dynamite opens up with the MJF thing, MJF and Hangman.
Yep.
And after Hangman beats the shit out of some local, that wasn't even local talent. It was fucking Aaron Solo. I feel so bad for this dude because, like, when AEW first started, they were actually trying to push him as like a real, like, credible, like, threat, like an actual, like, this non-enhancement talent.
Right.
And then Brother got divorced, and now Brother is a fucking enhancement talent. Like, he is like the wrestling version of fucking Kurt Van Houten from The Simpsons, of just like his life is just in complete shambles. Like, he at one point was married to like one of the hottest fucking female wrestlers ever, and now he's just losing to Hangman Page in 17 seconds on Dynamite. This poor man. Anyways, the Hangman beats the shit out of Aaron Solo. MJF comes up. And he says, it's time to find out who's real or something like that. And they cut to, he's like, hey, check on your friend because you're about to find out who's real. They cut to Christopher Daniels. Did you see him?
Punching
They
himself?
cut to, yes. How did more people, like, as much as people made a fucking giant issue out of AEW having a ring that was slightly smaller than regulation, and nobody has made a giant fucking deal out of them cutting to Christopher Daniels, punching and or blading himself.
You have not been on social media today. It is a huge deal. It is.
I rewound that because I, like, the first time I saw it, I was like, was he fucking punching himself? And then I like rewound. I was like, he fake cut damn punching. Why? How did you not A, pre-tape this, and B, how did you, like, somebody had to press the button to like cut to him. So like, how were you not? How did you allow this to happen? Like, what the fuck?
Well, this is where it goes back to. There was a claim that they don't have production meetings as much as they should, which immediately
real.
Suddenly everyone is like a production meeting. You have to have production meetings. Motherfucker, where's your production meeting? Shut the fuck up. My God. Production meetings usually happen once a fucking week on a Monday or a Friday. Usually it's the first thing you do on a Monday morning. Who the fuck is Guru?
The Love Guru. You're talking about Mike Myers, and I unfortunately did end up seeing that against my will. I was at a friend's house. He thought it was a good idea to turn it on and then to allow the duration of the movie to transpire, which was unfortunate for everyone involved. That was a fucking terrible movie.
What was it?
The Love Guru? No, it's called The Love Guru. It was Michael Myers. Michael Myers, the guy from Halloween. It was Mike Myers. That would have been a way better movie. Mike Myers, where he just has like a beard and like long hair, and he's like sort of a hippie, I guess, or like some tantric sex guy. It was not good. Good movie.
I remember the premise. I don't have it. And no.
Or calls him Mr. Bailey. That's pretty much what he amounted to, poor guy. Anyways, the director is not very good. This guy was supposed to be the next. This guy was supposed to be the next Kevin Dunn. I mean, in that sense, I guess he lived up to his destiny. A weird, janky camera cut that served no good for what it was supposed to do.
You know, I feel bad for the actual Kevin Dunn. That's the actual actor, not the Kevin Dunn you're thinking of. There's another Kevin Dunn who's a character actor that unfortunately has the same name as the Kevin Dunn from WWE. But I feel bad for that poor dude because he's a good actor. I guarantee you've seen him in something. Let me see.
Probably. But like the Kevin Dunn, the wrestling Kevin Dunn, that motherfucker, like there were times where I had to stop watching Raw because I was getting motion sick, and I ride roller coasters for fun. Like, I like being spun and hung upside down and all that kind of bullshit. There was times I couldn't watch Raw because that motherfucker kept hitting the jump button just over and over and over and over and over. It was wild.
Oh, jeez. Okay, here we go. This guy. Let me save the image. It's a small image, but we can fix that in a minute. I guarantee you're going to go, oh, I've seen that guy in something. Nope. Fucked up. Hold on.
I hear you.
Wrong button. Wrong button.
Guy's from Chicago. He's 69 years old. That's nice. Now, let's see. Transformers, haven't seen that. Warrior, haven't seen that.
He was in Gridiron Gang, the Rock movie.
Was he a Transformer?
No, he was the dad in all the Transformers movie. He was the father. the first three. With he was
No son of mine's gonna be a fucking transformer.
he was Shia LaBeouf's father in that movie.
Oh no. Amber Alert, not quite Narwhal.
I haven't seen Amber Alert yet, but I do.
Pantheon,
It's
Law and Order, League of Their Own, God's Favorite Idiot, King Richard, Catch the Fair One, The Mosquito Coast, Splendor Force, The Cold Case, Mom, Miracle Workers. So far, none. Suits, no. City on a Hill, Above Suspicion, Josiah, Veep, Standing Up, Falling Down, Documentary, no. Captive State, Trading Paint, Ghosted, The Bachelors, Keeping Up with the Joneses, The Night Of, Cold Black, American Dad, Slow Learners, Ashby. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
No, I can't even say it. I got to fucking full screen it. Here, hold on a second. Give me one moment.
Oh, let me stop this.
Mm-hmm. Do you see it? You're muted.
Yeah, he was in Draft Day. Absolutely, he was the guy that was the worker in the when they were doing the draft. He was the one that was calling in the names.
This is unfortunate. The only thing I've ever seen him in is like one of my least favorite movies.
I've seen the guy in a ton of stuff. I like the guy. I just feel bad.
So I don't feel bad for this guy at all. Fuck this guy. He was a Draft Day. I wish nothing but the worst for him and everyone in that movie except for fucking what's his name, the comedian guy, Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary. Well, anyway, let's get back to Dynamite.
I think I like the other Kevin Dunn better. And I hate that one too.
Wow, that was bad.
I just want to see because like we had a comic book convention around here like last weekend, Chattanooga, and they had like a character actor there, and like I wish that instead of that it was the Kevin Dunn guy because he was like he was in Draft Day, and I just walk up to his booth and just give him the finger and just keep it moving. Like what for? Like Draft Day. He's like, oh okay,
okay.
I got here.
But yeah, he was also in Gridiron. You never saw that movie with The Rock, The Gridiron Gang?
No.
It's a great movie. Number one, a great movie. Number two, it's a true story based off of a documentary of the team that he is of the character he's playing. It's based off of a documentary though. And a matter of fact, if you what?
True North wanted the Chris Hansen clip for this guy. I'm assuming the Kevin Dunn fellow.
Why? Because he was in a.
I don't know. He asked for it. He got it.
But that movie is based off of a all true events. Actually, some of the speeches The Rock gives, if you watch the end of the movie, you'll see the real guy giving almost word for word the exact same speeches.
My wife says Michael Bay sucks. I mostly agree. And then he also said Kevin Dunn and Dunner. I enjoyed that. Believe it or not, there is one Michael Bay movie that doesn't suck, and he did a remake of Friday the 13th. And somehow he actually does a good job of like graphic kills. Like shit, nothing's like I don't think there's a lot of CGI. It's just people being murdered, and like he's actually pretty good at making the murder scenes happen.
I like those Transformer movies. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Not for me again. Like after what you've told me about some of the other movies you've watched, you liking Transformers is a lot easier to understand than like spending 8 hours of watching like every Bruce Willis movie that's on Tubi. That's a little bit more eccentric.
Well, he was in Cage, Snake Eyes, the Godzilla with Matthew Broderick. Did you see that one?
No.
Okay. Well, you know,
I will keep looking until I find a movie that he was in that I've also seen and don't hate.
Nope. Nope.
But,
I'm going to talk AEW. Fuck it.
Okay.
Fuck it. Let's just talk fucking Dynamite. Then we'll wrap up with the old. Okay. Do we want to do a detailed Dynamite or do we want to do a quick Dynamite overview? That's my question.
He was in Small Soldiers, but I don't remember anything in that movie other than that Phil Hartman was in it.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I don't think there's a super lot to talk about in terms of Dynamite, so we can just kind of run through it, I guess.
All right. First of all, I thought it was another good show. They were in California. I thought it was I really enjoyed this show, to be honest with you. It started off with a ambulance.
Oh, I have to tell you, since we are in this is related to Dynamite, they started the show and they had the commentary team. You have fucking Taz, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur. And Excalibur was wearing, because they're in San Diego, he's wearing a San Diego Padres customized mask. And I looked at him and I was like, you know what? Fox is right. Fuck this guy. Something about his mask specifically that night just made me go, you know what? Fuck this dude. He's wearing a fucking custom mask with the fucking city that you're in. It's like this. Something about that just made me irrationally angry, and I don't even know why.
Stop with the mask. You're a fucking human being. You're a goddamn person. Put the fucking mask off.
You're a fucking adult. This ain't trick or treating. Come on, man.
You can literally go on Google and find you without a mask, okay? You're not Rey Mysterio. We've even seen Rey Mysterio. Take the fucking mask off, you little bitch. Take it off! God damn it. All right. So we did kick off with we had Cope. He was in an ambulance. He said he was reminding the Death Riders of his of their ride that they were going to have. So there was that. And what? Oh, my daughter came in to give me a quick hug. You going to sleep? Good night. And he reminded Death Riders of their ride after their match. So he did that. And what the fuck?
Stop biting. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Oh, God. All right. Oh, I didn't know I could mute you. Did you know that?
Jeez.
I can mute you. Did you know that?
Yes. Ow, fuck.
This guy's dog is playing with him. Could you go? With my fucking shoulder, I see my dog. I'm like, what the fuck just fucking left? Fuck is happening here? What the fuck just happened? Okay.
It's broken down.
Anyway, back to Dynamite. Adam Copeland. We get we did get like we said, MJF. But I wanted to talk about this. Hangman pulls up after MJF's tattoo removal. Wink, wink, wink. He pulls up in a truck with these giant horns on it, but the truck is a Rivian. Now, folks, let me explain something. I live in a little town called Gladewater, Texas. It's very small. It's near a few more bigger towns called like Longview and all of it. It's very country out here. I mean, I am deep in the country out here. I've never seen one of these on the road out here. I've seen cyber trucks here, and I've never seen one of these fucking. Is this like the half electric or the electric truck? I'm not sure.
You're asking the wrong person. I know nothing of trucks.
Well, it's a Rivian. Let me go. Let me do this. RIV. I don't know if it's full electric, but let's see. Still doesn't tell me. I'll be goddamned. All right, hold on. Rivian truck. Okay, it is a battery. It's a electric, all battery electric. Okay. That ain't cowboy shit, folks. I'm sorry. Cowboys drive fucking diesels around here. And none of them plug their fucking trucks in. Like, no. Doesn't work. Not that ain't cowboy shit. But he did pull up in it, and I can't believe they actually put fucking horns on this thing. Maybe they were magnetic. But he comes walking in, and him and MJF, after Aaron Solo, him and MJF do have a pretty good back and forth with each other. But again, but I'm with you. Why did they have to cut so early? And a lot of people were saying that Christopher Daniels, he got caught blading. No, he didn't. He got caught spreading the blood. That he was already bleeding. There was fake blood. Did you not look in the middle of his forehead and see where the cut was? You could see the real blood dripping down. This is what I mean by it's getting very hard to deal with so-called wrestling fans. They just want to trash this company. Any little thing. I'm not saying this was a good thing. I'm not saying this was right. It was a production issue. It wasn't a Christopher Daniels issue. It was a production issue. But but there's also a video of CM Punk fucking gigging himself under the fucking table with WWE too. So let's just not fucking, let's be honest here. Let's be honest. This is something. AEW is not the first one to make a fucking production mistake. We've seen this shit before, folks.
Okay, sure. And like, I'm not one that just purposely tries to bash AEW for anything and everything, but at the same time, this was fucking egregious. That was incredibly embarrassing. Like, how did you cut to this when it was happening? It's fucking crazy.
It was stupid. But you want to know what the worst part was? It wasn't even that. That was not the worst part. Hangman goes running back there, right? And he has no issues at all looking at two medical guys who ran over.
They're called doctors.
Okay, whatever. Medical personnel, as they call them. They're trainers, are what they are in wrestling. Trainers.
Yes.
He called them over, and it took them about less than a second to get there. So did they just sit there and watch this shit happen and wait? Were they waiting? And that's what pissed me off. I wasn't even mad at whatever production issue. They caught him fucking punching himself. Whatever. I don't give a shit. But when the fact that I
fucking crazy.
Did MJF do this in front of two guys from the medical staff, and they just went, It was a completely nonsensical segment. But the fact that they cut to it early with Christopher Daniels obviously trying to get more blood going just made it even worse. And trust me, I'm not saying this wasn't completely ridiculous. It was a dumb fucking production issue. Literally, you could have cut, if you would cut a second and a half later, it would have been fine. No one would have said anything. I might not even have found this as stupid as you made it out to be. But here we are.
That was a big fucking gaffe, though. Like, somebody had to have gotten fired.
Probably not. But the fact that literally a few days before this whole production meeting story came out, and everyone immediately is like, you have to have production meetings. Oh my God. Y'all are ridiculous. Calm down. Take a breath.
This seems more like kind of a reason to have production meetings.
I agree.
Not have. It's like, no, we don't need production meetings. Well, no, maybe you do now. Maybe this wouldn't have happened if you had a better fucking communication.
Oh, I agree. I mean, shit, I'm in the fucking packaging business, and when I worked at a manufacturing plant, we had production meetings every Monday. We set up for the whole week. We tried to say, okay, what happens if someone calls in an order, and we have to, what can we move if we have to move it? Who's not in a rush? Who's not this? That's what we did. I get it. But I think it was also, I think that might have also been Ryan Nemeth who said they didn't have production meetings, and he also thought he was assaulted when CM Punk asked him to go to, take care of things like a man. So take that with what you will. Anyway, we had this whole we had the Chris Jericho back there with Renee talking to Don Callis.
This was what the AEW television truck looked like. That was the problem. That was the person in control of Dynamite. There's just a fucking dog back there hitting buttons. Fucking Silent Hill style.
Cody left his dog in AEW. He didn't even take the dog. He said, fuck this whole place.
Mm-hmm. The dog got scared of the pyro, and he hid, and you never found him again.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, at least Cody's an idiot for having the dog around pyro, but he at least has a real dog. Like, Punk's dog is a fucking ugly, terrible monstrosity.
Yeah, but he got it from the shelter and stuff, dude. I'm not going.
I got my dog from the shelter too. He's not a fucking evil gremlin-looking motherfucker. Like, first off, it's bad enough that he's like a chihuahua or whatever the fuck he is, like one of those mini dogs. As we've established, dwarfs aren't people, dwarf planets aren't planets, dwarf dogs aren't dogs.
I can't sign on to that. I have a mini chihuahua. You've seen
What's up,
those.
man? Just had a question for AJ. I was just wondering how you feel about your large following in the gay community.
The gay community?
That's just because I think it's mainly...
I didn't see that one in the list. Did you add that tonight?
I sure did. I had been meaning to save that one forever, and I just recently got around to it. It's one of the greatest clips in wrestling. The gay community. He's not even angry. He's just confused.
I didn't even know there were gays out there. I thought that was a myth.
It was genuinely him just being like, I really hadn't pondered that. I didn't realize that gay men were so happy about me.
Oh.
The gay community.
Here on this flat earth, I had no idea.
You mean those fellas that, wear all leather and dress up like police officers or firemen or Indians or, they hang out at the YMCA? No, I hadn't considered that.
But I am a macho man.
I just want to know what those parades are all about. It just seems like a little too much pageantry for me. Anyways.
Yeah, they're fun.
He used to stream during the pandemic, and the best part, I saw a couple of clips from his streams, his Twitch streams, and the best thing about it is that his son is a fucking dead ringer for Bobby Hill. From fucking King of, if Bobby Hill came to life from King of the Hill, he's just this little chubby kid that sounds just like Bobby Hill. It's fucking wild.
Oh, I've heard it. I don't know. The gay community. But anyway, let's this whole thing with again Jericho, Don Callis, Brian Keith is his bounty hunter, so they're going to take care of their Will Ospreay problem. Yeah, that doesn't fucking work. Good match though. I enjoyed the match, but I actually enjoyed after the match when he went after Kyle Fletcher in the crowd a lot better, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
That actually was a better thing, but then they showed a little bit of Momo Watanabe. This whole segment with Billy Starks and Mercedes. One, I do want to say I've noticed Mercedes has changed her cadence from that stupid, like she's waiting for a reaction. She's stopped that. She's just speaking now, almost like a normal person. Promo's still not good, but anyway, this whole Billy Starks thing with her was crazy, but I do like her purple fanny pack. My wife would probably wear it.
Yeah.
We got to see the Outrunners on Dynamite, folks. That was not bad at all. We got to see them with the Omaha men's basketball team. That was fucking hilarious.
That was so incredibly random. Yes, it was amazing.
It was. But they were up against, I guess you call it murder machines, is what they're calling it. Lance Archer and Brian Cage. Not a horrible match. I think we all expected the way it was going to go. I actually enjoyed the match. It was a good, fun match. Outrunners getting the win. Hurt Syndicate out there waiting for him after. But this is where we got the whole John Moxley stuff with another fucking thing. Then we had Smark, and I think we got to mention whatever. No one cares anymore about the fucking Death Party.
No, you're totally right. That was just the most accurate and succinct way of putting that. It's like, that's a John Moxley segment with another fucking thing. Anyway,
we get to this segment with Swerve and Nana. I enjoyed this. I think it went a little too long, but Ricochet finally came out. This whole thing was about Ricochet.
It certainly did go too long, because I don't know if you noticed, because I watched the promo again today. I was watching it last night, but I was like, it was late and I was falling asleep. So I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. I was watching it again, and like they start to cut off Ricochet, like at the end of the promo, like they start playing his music, like wrap it up style. He's right in the middle of the sentence, so he has to hurry up and bring her home.
Well, because he can't talk. And
I enjoyed it. Like fucking chicken shit, like douchebag heel Ricochet is actually kind of fun.
It's not bad, but I gotta ask you something. Do you see anywhere down the road any possibility of Nana turning? You do.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it might be too obvious for it to happen now, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be, but eventually Nana turns, goes with Ricochet. Not that that's a bad thing. We all know Ricochet could use a little bit of help in the not all the talking, but some of the talking department. So I don't know. I'm glad you're on the same page, because I think they're telegraphing something going on there, especially with the conversation we heard last night. With them a little bit.
Well, yeah, because the promo ends and Swerve's trying to leave the ring, and like Nana yanks him back into the ring. He's like, "Look, boss, you need to get my robe back, or else I'm fucking done with all this bullshit." And he's like, "Oh, like you said, they're obviously telegraphing. They're sowing the seeds of dissension for sure."
Yeah, absolutely. I see it too. And the other funny part of this show was when Renee was back there and she caught Hangman coming out. And she goes to try to interview him, and he has nothing to say.
I'm looking to get a word.
Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
With Hangman, Adam Page. Hangman, can you talk to me about what we saw earlier tonight? I mean, anything.
MJF is gone. He left.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks like he says some other bullshit that's like another 2 seconds worth of stuff. Oh my God, this is. I like what they're doing
with my car. He's going to wish that I hit him with my car.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with Hangman, but they really gotta. They do.
Renee runs after him when he's trying to leave the arena, and he's like, "Hey, I heard that's an electric truck you drive, and that ain't no real cowboy shit. What the fuck, man?"
It's like what exactly? I don't know. It's like when WWE gets something hot, and they overplay it, so then it's not hot or cool anymore. It's almost like sometimes they do that with some of the storylines here. They overplay their hand. They give you a little too much. Maybe I'm wrong. But sometimes I feel like they give you a little extra, and maybe you didn't need that. Did we really need that fucking segment right there? Really?
I will say, like, I enjoy it, but I can see kind of where you're coming from, because it did kind of seem like this, the whole, like, and I know you can basically say this about anything, but like the whole feud seems like it was kind of just like they were trying to reach a destination that they didn't kind of naturally, organically develop. So like they just randomly made Hangman friends with Christopher Daniels, even though Hangman was trying to kill Christopher Daniels like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And then so like they're like doing this, and just it seems very inorganic, so it's like a little bit harder to believe, I suppose. Same thing with like they needed to. They had a beat in mind, and they just needed to get there, and like how they got there kind of didn't matter because it was like the same thing with like the Willow portion of the show where she like tags. We're gonna get to that later, but it seemed like they just fucking shoehorned Willow's involvement into that too. It's like, well, we need Willow to attack her, so let's have her get attacked for 2 weeks in a row. That's how we get there. Like they just kind of rushed it and they didn't really develop it the proper way.
I guess so. Kind of almost like damage control for what they didn't do. I get it, but
yeah,
I thought this was a little unnecessary. And then I fast forwarded because the Undisputed guys came out.
I don't know if this was just my TV or what, but these are the most fucking unnatural looking fake tans in fake tan history. Like Cole and Roderick specifically.
They were up against FTR and Daniel Garcia. I got to be honest, folks. I didn't watch this match. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't do it.
See, I will say this. I thought the match was a lot more fun than I thought it would be, given the fact that I don't give a single solitary fuck about any 6 of these men.
All right, there you go. I didn't watch. But then we had Cesaro attack backstage. This is getting up to the Willow segment that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it was Adam Copeland because he's fucking shit up. Wheeler Yuta gets involved. Copeland's down. Finally, Jay White comes out. Copeland's pretty much got it under control when Jay White comes out, though. But Jay White does come out and helps him. Got chairs in the ring, all kinds of chaos going on. And we see Copeland lining up Marina Shafir for a concerto, and he's obviously conflicted. Then Willow comes out. Now, Willow has had a few interactions with Marina Shafir the last couple of weeks at least.
Mm-hmm.
And she ends up doing the concerto. I don't know if you caught it, but she hit her fucking arm kind of hard. You see Marina Shafir's arm bounce.
Mm-hmm.
She got her in the arm. She did, but I mean, I don't know. They already had Wheeler accidentally send the flying knee into Willow, so would it have made much more difference for Edge to do that? Cope. Sorry. I apologize for Cope. By the way, Edge has been abandoned. He could use that name if he wanted to. The trademark has been abandoned. I looked today.
Yeah, but Copomania is setting the world on fire, brother.
I'm just saying, if he wanted to get it, it's available. But I don't know. I just think this was a little weird, the way it played out. Not bad, but a little odd. You got Moxley over there, damn near crying. But then we get Harley Cameron. They give her another win over a win over Deonna Purrazzo. They've got to make. She is eventually going to be a champion for this company, obviously. So they're trying to give her a good push. Not the greatest match. Her and Deonna did not put on the greatest match, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Not bad.
Because they made sure to point out the fact that she's only been wrestling for like 3 years. So I don't know if it was because she's still like relatively new and she's just trying to like build her skill set or whatever, or if Deonna just doesn't give a shit right now because she's not being used. I mean, she is. She's just eating the pin, so she's not really trying. I don't know what happened.
Just looked like the chemistry was off.
Could be.
Just looked like they were not on the same page throughout some of the match. But then we get to the main event, which I really did not mind the main event. I thought it was a good main event. A lot of complaints about Orange Cassidy doing his comedy. But anyway, I don't give a shit. It was Orange Cassidy versus Takeshita. And I guess some people actually thought that Orange Cassidy was going to win this match. Y'all are a different breed. Y'all are a way different breed. I had no intentions of seeing Orange Cassidy win this match, and he didn't, but it was a fucking good match between these two. It was a good match. I did enjoy it. It was a good match. So there we go. Now, Want to wrap up with some quick Elimination Chamber results or predictions and then knock on out of here?
Sure, let's do it.
I think we should. I'm hungry. Man, I wish I had some Chili's baby back ribs.
Dang.
That's what I want. I want some Chili's baby back ribs. All right, so let's start at the bottom here. We're gonna go from match number 4. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. This is an unsanctioned match. I don't know if you've seen or this play out a little bit, but this is going to be an unsanctioned match, which means it's basically a no DQ match, which means they can do whatever the fuck they want. But I think the way this has been playing out, you kind of got to give KO a win here.
I think so too, because I think they're going to do this in WrestleMania, so it's a matter of like, who do you think should win in order to draw that out to WrestleMania? That makes more sense.
Yeah, and you can't do a fuck finish in an unsanctioned match. How can you do that? So it's going to have to be one or the other. The storyline continues no matter what, so I'm going to go KO.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Okay. We got Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. This is a tag team match, no stipulations, nothing crazy, just a regular match. I am definitely going with the baby or Trish Stratus Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton here. Why would you even? Candice LeRae is eating the pin, I guarantee it.
Yeah, this is funny though. Yeah. I totally agree with you about that one. Just everything that was like kind of that made me laugh was they announced that they were going to be a team, Stratton and Stratus, and Ice Cube's son tweeted out that that's a dyslexic person's worst nightmare.
It really is,
because they have like nearly identical names, just slightly,
lots of S's, lots of T's, lots of A's. I get it. I get it. So all right, you're agreeing on that one too. It's gonna be a lot quicker than we thought. Now we've got the Elimination Chamber matches. Let's start with the women here. We've got Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. If you had to put a gun to my head, I'd say Bianca Belair is coming out your winner.
I honestly have no idea because I haven't been watching on a week-to-week basis, so I don't know who is making the most sense for them to win or who I even think would or should win, but I'll just say Alexa.
Well, I have two theories. Bianca could win or Naomi could screw over Bianca and end up getting the win, which would actually make sense in the storyline, but I'm still going to go with my first pick, Bianca Belair, to take the win.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Alexa because you just have the whole thing that you could build around her coming back and like what happened with Bray Wyatt and all of that.
That would actually make for a good story if they could tell it, and we all know they could. So, all right, now we have the Elimination Chamber men's match. This is for an undisputed WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth freaking Rollins. I got to tell you, they've made this one a little tough to figure out who is going to win. Drew has had such a good year. I'm going to cancel out Logan Paul. I'm going to cancel out Damian Priest. I'm going to go Punk.
I would like for it to be Punk, but it just seems like I don't know. It seems like it's obvious that it's going to be Cena, but then that is obviously it becomes a big shocking moment, like if or when he ends up losing in the match. But I think it's Cena.
I tend to see Cena getting the Money in the Bank. That's what I see him winning, is Money in the Bank.
Could be.
That's
actually kind of an interesting idea. Actually, now that I think about it, it's like he doesn't win it. He doesn't end up getting the title at WrestleMania or whatever. But then it's like a matter of like he has the briefcase, but like when does he cash it in? Because time's a factor because he's retiring. So like that's an interesting story to tell.
Yeah, that's interesting, and I don't know. I just think that I think they're originally going to tell the story that, or what they're telling now is this is the beginning of the story. Cena's doing his best he can to go in there and try to get that title win, but the deck is stacked against him. He's too old, Smark. He just can't do it.
Cena wins the Money in the Bank. He cashes in, wins the belt, and then he retires once he loses the belt. That's it. Well, I mean, that's kind of what they did with Danielson in AEW. I don't know if you do that again, but you put your own spin on it, I guess.
Yeah, because he's
cashes in and loses,
which wouldn't be the first time. He's one of the first guys to ever do that.
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to keep telling the story, they can, or they can just give him that goddamn 17, and then, good God, Charlotte's gonna have to get to 18. Oh my God!
Right? Yeah. Well, see, that's what you do. I think actually you're right. He wins Money in the Bank. His last match is like in December, whatever the December pay-per-view is, him versus Cody, and then he just beats the ever-loving shit out of Cody while I wear my John Cena t-shirt celebration. There you go. That's one way. He does to Cody what like Brock Lesnar did to him at that SummerSlam where he like suplexed him like 47 times in a row. Whatever the fuck.
He just treats John Cena like he's Kofi Kingston.
Mm-hmm. Treats Cody like he's Kofi Kingston, yeah. Oh yeah, Cody. Sorry. All right. My brain is going. I'm really hungry. I'm not lying. I'm fucking starving. It's only a 4-match card. That's gonna be really easy to get through. That's Saturday. It's coming up. That'd be a nice, easy watch. It's gonna be Saturday. Should be a nice, easy watch. I'm sure there'll be plenty of stuff in between for everybody to enjoy. Yeah, I forgot that there's going to be fucking 3 hours of commercials in between those matches. Yeah, and promos and backstage segments, all kinds of stuff. So, anyhow, folks, I think that's all we got, Smark. Yeah. Yeah. All right. A little over 2 hours. Let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out the whole time with us. Greatly appreciate it. And Smark, talk to me about some kitties. That's right. Totally appropriate team sports at Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. on the YouTube. Go ahead and check us out now because there's not a guarantee that there's going to be another season. Cheese isn't going to be around. We talked about that. So, enjoy it as well you can, I guess. Come on, man. I got 3 fucking kids and I'm still doing this shit. I'm not the one that keeps having kids. This is my wife is right here, friendo. Right now in this house, I have 3 kids and 11 dogs. Leave me alone. I think we can start getting rid of the puppies in a few days, though. But anyway, getting rid of the puppies? No. I've got a home for one of them. She was going to try to get homes for the rest, but within the next couple of weeks, we've got to start giving these puppies some good homes. So one of them I know has a good home. We are definitely keeping one. I've never had a dog from seeing it be born through its whole life. So I think it'd be a little something for my kids to experience, me to experience. I like it. I've never had a dog from birth to unfortunately death, but so it'll be cool. So that dog's gonna be around. We got a lot of dogs in this house. But anyway, me and Smark will be back here next Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, once again right here on Wrestling Outlet. And of course, Saturday night I am going to do a Gene Hackman movie. I'm just not sure. I don't want to do Mississippi Burning in this climate. I'm thinking either me and Anthony did review Enemy of the State, so I either have to go with The Firm or Birdcage. I'll make a choice. Or Hoosiers. I could do Hoosiers, but I'll probably do either The Firm or Birdcage coming up Saturday night. Once again, Hollywood Hangout, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time right there. You can catch me on Mixler. Just look me up on Hollywood Hangout. And that's it, folks. We're out of here. Once again, chat, appreciate it. Downloaders, appreciate it. Thank everybody. You know what? Just thank you for being a friend. There you go. Travel down the road, back again. That's right. Heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. If you do a party, you invited everyone you do. Everyone. All right, folks. You know the rest of the words, do you? And you would see the biggest gift would be for me, and the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend."
I used to love that show. I'm fucking kidding. It's been a long time, but I used to love
I am fucking kidding. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, bye-bye now.
That's all right. All right, folks. Take it easy. Enjoy. See ya.